Hi everyone, I've got Sunny here with me today. Sunny is pretty experienced driver and he just needs brushing up a little bit for his driving test. And he's got his driving test today, so we're just gonna do a mock test before he goes for his driving test. So we're just gonna do like a test route, complete test, and see how he performs before he sits for his driving test. This way he's gonna get an experience for the actual driving test. So we decided to record this video just for other people there, so they can benefit from this video. So yeah, so we're gonna start off now. So when you're ready, let's reverse back out. We're not gonna drive out of the Vic Roads car park, so we're just gonna drive past the Vic Roads. We're not allowed to practice in and out of the Vic Roads, so we're just gonna go past the Vic Roads and then we start from there. So I'll be just observing and giving him simple instructions, and I'll be writing down all his mistakes and everything, and then at the end I'll just go through with all the errors that he's done and what he needs to improve on. Not that he has got a lot of time to improve on, but yeah. We have been practicing earlier this morning also, so he hasn't got a lot of issues with his driving, so I think he should be okay. Just needs to concentrate during the test. Yeah. So we just gone past the big roads.
And by the way, this is Vic Road, Werribee.
At the next roundabout, turn left. Street, turn right, please. So we're doing the test a little bit more complicated. So he's got a lot more situations happening to the test. So there was a turn where normally your signal cancels out, so you would have to reapply your signal, turning left at the end. So every time when you make a turn, if your signal gets cancelled, make sure you reapply your signal. That's one thing you have to remember during the test, very important. We're gonna use that car on your left for the reverse parallel park. So in your first stage of your driving test, you'll be asked to do a reverse parallel park or 3-point turn, one of those, not both. So he's going to perform a reverse parallel park, nice and simple. I can just put a camera towards his steering wheel so you can see a bit better. Okay, so he just completed his reverse parallel park safely. Very good. Okay, very good. When you're ready, let's continue straight. Sorry. So I normally recommend it's a good idea to reverse back a little bit before you actually drive out from the parked car, behind the parked car. Yeah. And any time you see any cars reversing out of the driveway or anything like that, you have to make sure you don't give way to those cars, because it's your right of way, because you're on a continuous road, so it's your right of way, so you don't give way to any cars. So always the cars which are driving on a continuous road have the right of way. At the next street, turn left. At the end of the road, turn left. So as you can see, every time he's applying his signal, he's checking his mirror. So middle mirror, center mirror and the side mirror. So it's mirror left signal, mirror right signal. Turn right at the next street, please. So even before braking, you're supposed to check your center mirror. That is very crucial for you before you start braking. At the next street, turn right, please. Okay, very safe. You're going to pull over on your left. Okay, we're going to make the car safe. So that's pretty much like his first stage is complete. He passed through that successfully. He did all his mirrors, did his head checks. His speed choice was good. Wasn't driving fast, wasn't driving slow. Yeah, everything was good. So now we're gonna move on to the second stage. So when you're good and ready, let's continue straight. So just do your head check. Make sure you look over your shoulder before you drive off. That is very important. Sorry. At the end of the road, turn left. At the next street, turn right. Okay, so this is a cross intersection. Any cars coming from the opposite direction, you must give way to those cars. Anyone's turning left there, that cross intersection in front of you, they have the right of way, so you must give way to them also. At the end of the road, turn left into the left lane. At the next traffic lights, turn left, and you'll be turning into a 70 zone. Reason why I told him that it's a 70 zone that we'll be turning next is because there's no signs on that road when he turns, and it's a 70 road. So Vic Roads don't want him to driving 50, and because it is a built-up area, so they have to prompt you during your driving test, because if it's a 70 road or a main road where you're busy road, higher speed, so they have to prompt you during the test if there's no signs. So if you still decide to drive slow, then it's going to be a problem. So you have to make sure you keep up your speed. Very, very important for your driving test. Sit about 65, 67, not too fast, not too slow. 65, 67 is the ideal speed in a 70 road. because according to the big road, 70 in a 70 zone is the maximum speed limit. So you don't want to be sitting on the maximum speed limit. So they say, why do you want to sit on the maximum? It's a good idea to keep a couple of k's below the speed limit. But the next traffic light is turning left, please. They won't really mark you on this road unless you go over the speed limit, then you get done for going over the speed limit. There's nothing else they can mark you on this road. Your observation, you got to keep checking your mirrors, that's it.
Bro, can I give one tip to your viewers?
Yeah, sure.
Always try to book the exam during non-school hours. It's easier to get past. Is it?
Not really, because what happens is Werribee, all the Werribee test routes don't have school zones during the test. They're trying to avoid school zones because that takes up too much of their time, because they're going too slow during the 40 zone, so it takes up too much of the time, so they avoid school zones anyway. Turning right in the next street, please. I personally don't think the driving on a test route makes a hell of a lot of difference, as long as you do understand the crucial things which they would mark you on, like the stop signs, speed choice, mirror checkings, head checks, things like that. Is more crucial. At the next roundabout, turn left. We might just do a 3-point turn since we haven't done one, so we might just find a street somewhere and then we'll do a 3-point turn. And the next street, turn right, please. Next street, turn left, please. Where it's safe, you're going to pull over and then do a 3-point turn. Okay, there's two ways you can do a 3-point turn. You can pull over and then you can do curb to curb, or you can do a driveway. You can go up the driveway and use the driveway, so it's your choice. I normally prefer that my students do curb to curb, don't use the driveway, because if the car comes from the either side, it causes sort of confusion on the road. It's not really good for the suspension doing dry steering, not a good thing, but it's okay for the learners. I mean, I'll let them get away with it. It's okay. So we're gonna do a 3-point turn when you're ready. Good, very very good. At the end of the road, turn left. This video is going to be very long because we've already done 15 minutes of driving.
That's actually good for the viewers.
Yeah, might be a bit boring for the viewers, I think. Turning left at the end.
1.25 may help, I think.
Hey?
1.25, you know? You can increase the speed of the video while watching it.
Yeah,
YouTube, so.
yeah, might have to cut a little bit out, or maybe I don't know if I want to cut some of it out, but maybe might go a little bit faster on the speed.
So I'm telling you, this is going to be very informative. So
right to the next street.
I would recommend you to like watch the whole video.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good for the people who know how to drive and just want to pick up on the driving test side of things. There's little bits and pieces that you want to pick up before you actually go for your driving test. Turning right at the end, please. Obviously, if you don't know how to drive and think you can pass the test, that's not going to help. So you actually have to know how to drive first before you actually sit for your driving test. I keep saying that to everyone. You've got to learn driving first before you actually sit for your driving test. Bring your skills up. We're going to turn left at the next street. So we just approached a stop sign and we made a complete dead stop. It doesn't have to be 3 seconds. That's the old school, which was the polar criteria. Used to be 3 seconds where you had to count. But now with the GLS criteria, turning left at the next traffic lights. With the new GLS criteria, as long as you make a complete dead stop, keep your foot on the brake. I still recommend to my students at least count 1, 2, 3 while you keep your foot on the brake, so that way you confirm that you have stopped, you made a complete stop. So that's very important, and the whole thing that we did here is mostly for that stop sign. That's why they bring you here, and then you have to make sure that you make a complete stop at the stop sign. Very important. Now we're turning left. We'll be turning into an 80 zone. That's an 80 zone. Turning left into the right lane, please. When it's safe, move into the left lane. Okay, you sort of move that steering wheel a little bit quick. When it's safe, move into the right lane.
So what's your review on the latest
The lane changing.
yeah.
I was just about to say something. There was another lane change. You can only fit 2 lane changing. I like to do that because further up, if you as you can see, there's a sign saying form 1 lane, which means the right lane is merging back into the left lane. It's a good idea to know how to merge into the left lane when the lanes are merging. So he's gonna have to do a left signal, and he's gonna do a head check, and then he's going to merge into the left lane. So that is very crucial that you remember to merge into the left lane. And yes, you got to keep your eyes on the road signs. It's 80 speed limit. Make sure you follow the road signs. At the next roundabout, we're going to make a U-turn. This is one of the quickest test route for any videos, for anyone's looking into learning how the actual test is. This is why I did this test route, because it's quite quick and easy and simple. It's not too complicated, just a straightforward few lane changing here and there. and then pretty much you're heading back to the Vic Road. So I find it very easy test route, not too complicated. There's not a lot of challenges on this test route. Not too many traffic lights, just only a couple of traffic lights. Makes it a little bit hard when you got a lot of traffic lights and you have to change lanes, because constantly traffic is slowing down, and it makes it a little bit hard to change lanes. But you just got to remember that during the test, as long as you know how not to change lanes, that is very important for your test, because they will say to you change lanes when it's safe to do so. So you only change lanes when it's safe to do so. You should be braking now. You should have been braking. Unfortunately, that's an immediate termination of his driving test, because he just accelerated through the signal.
I thought it takes around 4 or 5 seconds in a yellow light.
When it's safe, move into the left lane. Yeah, because he had sufficient braking time. It turned yellow. He could have easily stopped, but unfortunately he accelerated towards the traffic lights. Not a good idea when you're driving. yeah, when you have braking time, even if you're driving fast, if you have braking time and it turns yellow, you must stop. That was a good tip for you guys to learn. Put your right signal on. We're merging again. Head check. Yeah, so that was a good tip, that if you can stop when it turns yellow, it's a good idea to stop, because he had sufficient time for braking, so he should have stopped. Yeah. So unfortunately, if that was his driving test, he would have got down. That's it. Yeah, not a good idea. Not a good idea. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Luckily, this was a practice test.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not going to repeat that mistake anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's how you learn. I mean, mock testing is very handy, because they pick up on their mistakes and they don't make the same mistakes in test or the real life situation. You know, even if in real life situation, he's not gonna do that, because he knows that when it turns yellow, he should stop if he has braking time. You know? Driving straight, just constantly check your center mirror. I normally recommend speed mirror. Every 10 seconds you're supposed to check your mirror. At the next traffic lights, turn right from the right lane. So we're sort of heading back to the Vic Roads now. We've done the second stage, which means the lane changing part. The lane changing, where they will mark you on your speed, very important. You gotta make sure you follow the speed limit. You do lane changing safely. If you can change lanes safely, do them. Otherwise,
you also maintain the constant speed.
Yeah,
so it's important. Do not slow down while changing.
That's right. And yeah, that's crucial that you don't change lanes if you can't change lanes. And be aware of your lateral position also. So we're turning right at the traffic lights into the right lane. So this video has gone to about 23 minutes now. Yeah, that's a very long video, but I think it'd be helpful. If somebody going for the driving test and they want to pick up some tips on successfully pass their driving test. So we're gonna turn off the video now. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, and share if you can. It may help other people to learn a few things on the road. We're trying to do better videos if we can, more informative videos, more helpful videos for even for safer driving, becoming a better driver, for more videos on parking, 3-point turns, and other situations on the road. Trying to generate more videos, hopefully. It's just hard to find time to do the videos. It is a big task. It's not that easy, but we'll try our best to put out more videos. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to share the videos. Thank you. Bye bye. Goodbye.